Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, on behalf of your Denver-based podcast crew, we appreciate you joining us for the Friendly Vibes.
Coming to you live from TSS University Hilltop. Just kidding. That's right. So we hit him with the switch up. Man, I am excited for this one, folks. We have a very talented artist, muralist, an all-around great member of the Denver diaspora of art, Gus Rey.
What an honor. What an honor. Thank you.
And, you know, you don't have a brother on this cast to talk over you, so you talk over me as much. I'm playing little brother role today.
Yeah.
You just push me down as much as you need.
We're twins, though, so it's going to be the same experience from when you talk with him.
Fair enough. Dude, you have been all over the news recently for your Patrick Surtain mural.
Yeah.
You brought our lovely studio a print gift that we are going to proudly display of our favorite basketball player, the great White Hope,
Michael Jordan.
Nikola Jokic. How's life been going, man? We've been getting to know each other. We haven't really talked before, but thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm psyched to be part of it. Life's been good. You know, I've been doing this art stuff and just trying to figure it out, and it's been keeping me a little bit busy recently, which is good and bad. But nah, man, I'm just trying to keep my boat afloat.
Have you always been an artist? We were talking a little bit about how you flew the coop to go to a small private school in the middle of the Midwest in Minnesota. So you and I have that in common.
Yep.
Were you doing art in college?
A little bit, not that seriously.
Okay.
I've always kind of had it, in the back pocket, just as like a side hobby thing. But, I think, like a lot of other people, I had a job that sucked the life out of me. It was like a job that was great, but I hated kind of that structure of a 9-to-5 setup. And I got laid off from my job and said, there's literally no way I'm ever going to go back to that setup. So I just kind of...
Wow. Because of COVID?
No, it was just the structure of the company. But... jumped into art, and I've obviously taken it way more seriously since then. So
that's fantastic. And when was that layoff?
A year and a half ago.
Okay. Wow. So that you've been since then just full steam ahead. This is going to work.
Yeah. I have no other option at this point.
Isn't it funny? And maybe you can tell me I'm wrong about this, but it seems the more I read and learn about the world is that when you fully invest into what your heart is pulling you towards, the universe kind of also seems to give back to that in a weird or maybe people do. They recognize that spirit's there and it's finally on full display. You're not being cogged down by 9-to-5.
Yeah, I mean, also if it's your outlet to pay for rent, then you're gonna figure that shit out, or you're not gonna make it. Yeah, so I mean.
So how'd you figure
said
that
it in
out?
a way more beautiful way.
So how'd you make those first rental payments, I guess is the...
I mean, I lost some money for a number of months, just kind of slowly eating through some savings. But you find the mixture of stuff that pays you, that's bullshit stuff. Can I swear on this podcast?
Of course.
But
this is unfortunately an unfettered free speech zone.
No,
it's like the Vatican City of free speech within America.
Good. But no, I mean,
it's stressful as hell, right? You're chasing after something you love, but you also don't know if it's going to work out. There's a part of my heart that's quit your job, try to make it.
There's no thought of me of it's not going to work out, because what's the point of thinking like that?
I love that.
I mean, I just have to keep going, and then if it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense. But, I think if you're quitting your job and jumping into something, you have to expect it to take some time, and that time's not a month, it's a year. So I definitely have hit points in the last year where I'm oh shit, okay, it's actually not, things are not moving at the pace they need to be moving. But then, something comes along and you feel a little bit better about yourself for a couple weeks, and then you're back in the shitter again, and whatever. Keeps you on your toes.
Are you dealing with cycles of kind of battling yourself or battling, imposter syndrome seems to be something that lots of creative people deal with?
Yeah, more or less.
Now you've got this huge mural in Denver that people are reporting about on the news. Like, do you feel like the Gus that everyone's talking about is the Gus that you see? Or are you still kind of growing into that?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't think too much about what other people are perceiving me as, but I also think that some projects, when I think about it in a different way, like they are large for just like what my own goals are and what they have been. And I would think that I would have walked into those projects in a different scenario of like super casual. Yeah, here's like a big ass mural to paint. No problem. But actually those things are coming about from me like fucking lying to people, not lying, but like really selling shit so that they,
it's not lying, it's selling.
Yeah, like they, you know, just really trying to earn people's trust and really having to like bust my ass to get some of these things. So it doesn't feel as like easy as I necessarily would have expected, you know, a couple of years ago. But I don't know. Every now and then there's a moment doing this art stuff where I'm like, oh shit, this is, you know, this is cool.
Yeah.
So,
and is it something like, I mean, my experience with the pod has been, I've picked up so many other skills or learned so many other things I didn't expect to have to learn. Like, how does a computer talk to a camera, and am I in the right codecs and blah, blah, blah. You know, your website is fantastic. And
Thanks, dude.
You got a map tool where you get to see where your art is all across the country.
Map.
So here's an example. Did you have to learn how to do this? Did you have someone else do this? Is this another cool side XP of life?
I mean,
you build out the site?
The map will take you fucking 25 seconds to do if you really want one. But no, I mean, I think,
but like, this isn't, put it this way. This isn't painting a mural, right?
Yeah.
This website is not a mural, but it's an important part of your journey to get more work as an artist, right? To grow, to get your message out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have gotten good at being a kick-ass procrastinator. Where when I don't want to do other shit, I'll just do something dumb, like build a website in a different way. And yeah, like, you know, digging deep into Google and asking people bullshit like this, then I don't have to do the projects that I don't want to do. So, yeah.
So you find other side XP as a way to procrastinate from the main goal.
Big time. Yeah.
That's fair, dude. I mean, at least you're continuing to pick up little extra stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, so go to that Jokic mural there, Chris, for us.
Oh, there you go. Oh, no, it's directly next to it, though. So if they're like literally...
Look, you basically own that block.
Yeah.
He runs that block, folks.
Yeah, there you go. That's the same one as that print. It's literally like the way that process works, or the way that I go about murals is I start with like a digital design.
Okay.
So that's literally the design. And then I just kind of like put it over the top of the wall and trace it out. There's a system for doing that, but yeah.
So muralists don't seem like that doesn't seem like the prominent artistic endeavor. You know, I guess back in the day, maybe sculpting was, right? You want to be an artist. It's like, all right, well, you better start, you know, slapping away at some marble.
Yeah, for real.
Where do you go to learn? You know, even if you have artistic prowess, how do you transition that into murals?
Well, it starts by finding someone ignorant enough to think that you can paint a wall because you can paint something really small. And then once you get one, you can do the next one because you've already done one. But
wow, so what was the first one?
It was in Lake Tahoe, California, which added a whole nother level of I don't know what the fuck I'm doing to the mix. And yeah, you know, it was a friend of mine who he has been a huge supporter, owned a motel, and he was like, yeah, come out and fucking paint it, who cares?
I love that.
And I was like, yeah, it'll take 2 days. I was so wrong. You know, like I didn't know anything. And I didn't know you can rent a ladder from Home Depot. So I bought one for like fucking $400 and left it with them because I was like, I don't know what other option I had. Things like that, you just learn the hard way. And
you're real Kenneth Arrow, learning by doing.
I guess so. But yeah, I mean, obviously there's like a skill set of being able to paint that you learn over time. But with mural stuff, it's a lot of logistics and like minimizing all the bullshit that you run into. And usually, with my experience, you're behind schedule before you even begin. So just figuring out how to minimize that is the name of the game.
So the logistical side of the muraling is making your life easier down the line. And so through messing up and making your life harder, you've learned how to make your life easier.
Yeah, like everything else will go wrong. You know, you're dealing with like a mechanical lift, like a scissor lift a lot of times, or you're traveling maybe, or you have weather, you know.
Go to the one in Georgia there. That one's awesome.
Yeah, that one actually.
He just did that one.
That one is, that was a year ago actually, but that was my buddy's design. I was just helping him. He designed the whole thing, so he gets the credit. Graham Caraway, badass artist.
Awesome.
But
maybe that's not the one I'm thinking of. What's the one that I just saw you?
I did do one in Mississippi like a month and a half ago.
That's the one.
Probably.
I saw videos of you up on the scissor lifts with someone else, full masked up,
yeah, that
just
was
painting
Graham.
away.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny.
It's not on the map yet.
No, it hasn't made it yet.
It's a new drop.
Yeah.
But his Instagram. It's on there.
But yeah, man, shit goes wrong like all the time. And
do you have any stories about like a time when you're doing one of these and something goes wrong and what?
I mean, this Broncos mural that I just did, one day I was working on it and there was all this like liquid all over the ground. And it had rained the night before, so I thought there was like some water that had stored up in the lift that was leaking out. And a friend of mine came by. He's like, "That is the fucking hydraulic, Jesus,
the hydraulic fluid,
the hydraulic fluid from the lift."
Oh,
and
that
I
stuff
was
does
like,
not smell good either.
It doesn't. And I was like 30 feet in the air, and I had no idea that was a thing. And if you don't know about hydraulic fluid, once it leaks out, that whole lift can just drop straight to the ground. I had no idea, but then it had stained the whole fucking parking lot of the area I was working on. So it's just stuff like that happens all the time. You're like, God, I actually have to deal with this right now. I can't push it off. But yeah, it's just kind of the name of the game. Bullshit happens.
Yeah. So you get that first opportunity, buddy says, "Hey, come paint this motel." And after you get done with that, are you like, "Okay, I love this"?
Oh my God, no. I was like, this fucking sucks. This is like the hardest thing I'd ever done. But I don't know. I think there's like similar, it's like running to me. Okay. Where when you do murals, going into it, you're excited and you're like, this is gonna be sweet, this is gonna be badass, it's gonna look so cool when it's done. Then when you're in the middle of it, you hate it like a lot. You fucking hate it. You hate yourself. You know, you're kind of questioning like what bullshit got you into this. And just towards the end, you're like, okay, I can see it. It's starting to come to life.
Yeah.
It finishes, you're psyched, it looks cool, and then you're ignorant enough to sign yourself up for it again. So
that is such a good analogy.
Yeah.
So it's a self-torture and growth. It's a Chinese water torture of an existence that you've chosen to walk.
Yeah, the full waterboard.
Big Sisyphus guy, this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
For those of you at home with your Intolerable bingo board, that is Sisyphus under 15-minute mark. If you've got Sisyphus reference under 15, you win. Wow. I mean, that's phenomenal. I didn't really think about it like that, but that makes total sense that when you put it in those terms, that it's excitement. Fuck. Okay, maybe we're gonna get through this. All right, let's do another one.
Yeah.
I've forgotten about all that.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite one that you've done? I know it's a tough question. People ask me my favorite pod. I'm like, I can't even begin to guess.
Honestly, it sounds like cliche, but usually like the most recent one I've done is my favorite one.
Yeah.
So right now, I guess I did two recently, but I did the Broncos one we were talking about. That's probably my favorite. I think is like a higher level of skill than what I've done in the past. And
just go to his Instagram. Just open a new tab.
But yeah, with everyone, there's like all the stories behind them that I remember, or all the like memories of just random shit that happened. And that project was long enough where there's just a lot of memories tied to it, good and bad. But
because that's a long process. I mean, I saw some of your interviews with the news about this, but like, I think it was back in February, you start talking to the Broncos, they reach out to you.
Yeah.
And like, we've got this idea. And then what, you make a mock-up for them?
Kind of. This one, that particular project was a little different because they didn't have a wall, and there's like approval you need from the city and the neighborhood and the building, and it was like so many fucking cooks were in the kitchen. So the design was like the least of the concerns.
Really?
Yeah.
It was more of like a logistical red tape type of
hurdle. Because in that scenario, if they or when I'm in conversation with the Broncos, like they know I can do something. So yeah, that wasn't like the primary thing. It was to like let's all agree on the design, and thankfully that wasn't the case. Like people were kind of just like, cool, looks like a Broncos mural, But yeah, the process with that was like just me doing all the shit I'd never done in my life of trying to create renderings for the city to approve, like different logos that were on the wall and shit like this. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Wow.
I'm just the painter. Yeah.
Like, and that falls on you.
Yeah.
You're the one that has to go to these like council, whatever.
Yeah.
Approval.
I didn't have to like show up in person, but basically I did have to do like, if a storefront wants a sign on their building, there's a very particular process of getting approval from the city to have that. And I had to do that, to like have logos on this wall. So I'm like, this is what the wall would look like with a 6 foot tall person standing next to it. And this is like looking north. This is looking south. This is like, I don't know how to like learn
a whole new like system or software to like render that stuff in, and
not a
ton,
not that, but just government shit. Yes, exactly. So
moves at the speed of forever.
Yeah, for real. So
it's pretty incredible that we have all these like you go through something like that, and then you step back and you look at like the Empire State Building and how it was built in 42 days, and you're like, how the fuck did we used to do things like that? How many days was the Empire State? It's like 90 days or something. It's crazy.
I mean, it's probably a little longer than that.
No, dude, they sprinted.
Right, lack of regulation and lack of ocean.
Yeah. People died. Building looks great. People died. Building looks awesome.
Yeah, anything short of 10 years is impressive.
Yeah, and then now it's like, oh, we're going to build a high-speed rail in California. It's going to cost $52 billion. Oh, we've got the money. We've built none of the rail.
Yeah.
Because of, some pigeon bird that 3 people have seen ever, and they're worried about it.
1 year, 45 days.
1 year. That's crazy.
Average 4.5 floors a week, baby.
4.5 floors a week.
Damn.
How many people died?
Sure.
6,500 windows.
Only.
Not bad. Dude, for 3,400 workers on site.
So let me tell you, is OSHA really doing their job? Is OSHA really helping us when 5 of 3,400 die, and now you've got all these overregulations? We can't build buildings. People are on the streets. Like,
let's start cranking this shit out, man.
That's what I'm saying. Look at what Austin did. Austin built a ton of housing. They just ton of building, and now the prices for rent are way down. People can actually get a 1-bedroom apartment for like $900.
Wouldn't that be fucking nice?
Wouldn't it be though?
Yeah, dude. It's just, and so all this red tape prevents a lot of cool stuff that we could have. I mean, it probably does help in a lot of important, meaningful ways, but like, damn, I like to believe that there's a lot of more bland walls that could have murals if we stepped back and said, can we beautify the city? But
yeah, I mean, I'm in my position, I'm just like going with the system. I'm happy to like do whatever the fuck I need to do.
For sure.
But it's more, the challenge on my end is more just like, I don't know how to do these things. So it's funky being in a position where my job is to draw pictures and smile about them. And then I end up in weird spots where I'm like, I have zero experience to be working on certain things, but let's figure it out.
Yeah.
This guy probably
That guy probably died.
One of the 5.
One of the 5 right there.
Wow.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
He was fucking pissed. Yes.
Maybe jump, maybe,
I'll tell you, it makes me extra sad that Bill isn't around anymore, Chris. My uncle Bill and my mom, they started this off-road expedition vehicle company when I was just a kid.
Okay.
Earth Roamer is a Colorado company.
Cool.
And built these extreme, go anywhere, do anything, self-sustaining, badass luxury vehicles.
Hell yeah.
You can pull one up
Yeah,
so you can
they're
see a
pretty
picture. But it would be one phone call, Chris, to Bill of like, hey, the side of your building needs an awesome, huge Earth Roamer mural. This is your guy to do it. Right, Chris?
Oh, yeah.
Like, this would be insane.
Hell
Get
yeah.
like a huge mural of those things going.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. Dude, those are crazy.
So they used to have this logo, which was the E and the R, but the R was like the top of the rig.
Oh yeah.
So they used to have and they never used this logo. And Bill and I always talked about this logo. Like, we love this logo. We could use it somewhere. And it's like, damn, that's like, I feel like that's in the style of like your Winter Park logo and things too, where you like put the thing in the letters. That's such a cool skill to like combine a product with words, and the graphic design merging of that is really neat to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would wish I could
I would
have
want
you
one
do
of
a
those.
fucking mural of these things.
We get a fucking nuclear bomb. Put me in one of those. That's like way better than a bunker.
I know. I keep seeing these like old pre-owns get listed, and I keep thinking like, oh, I could just sell everything and
Yeah.
pot in an Earth Roamer.
Dude, the newer ones are like completely self-reliant. They're like the water filters, the air pumps, the solar.
I took that picture.
Did you?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It's a badass picture.
You go to the photos. If I can find more pictures I took. Oh,
Damn.
no, we have to flip these wings. Well, we're gonna flip these wings. We'll be right back. It's just a quick little
Let's flip
to
them.
do. Have you listened to the radio before in your life, Gus?
I listen to it most days.
Most days. The AMs and the FMs.
Not the AMs very
Not the
often.
AMs? No.
I listen to sports radio sometimes.
Well, we're going to kick us to break with our signature station identification. We'll be right back. You're listening to 91.1. Oh, shit, was that another plane? We'll be right back. We're back. We're live. We're talking the difference between trying to make a career out of comedy and art. Yeah, I think it is tougher because in comedy you can't do the side stuff in the darkness, but I think maybe what that looks like is like being a writer on a TV show, or like you make a sketch series, or like it trying to carve out different lanes, but it's not fruitful.
Yeah.
It's not going to pay the bills.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I have like full respect for people that are comedians and pushing through that route, because it's challenging. I mean, my perspective on the route in comedy is you hustle, you're making like a little bit of money, and then all of a sudden you're making like a shitload of money, and it can just like change in a snap.
Basically, I think it's like, at least with the modern changing ecosystem, it's like you're going to be destitute and poor.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, there might be an intermediary step where you can pay your bills, but you're not the person. Like, you're a feature on the road for someone really big, or you get on a big show that pays well, but it's paying well because you're on a show. You're not making money from your stand-up. And then if you get so much hype and you're good enough in the eyes of people that they just need to see you, then you're wealthy.
Yeah.
Like, there's the just quick flip of like it's a career, full blown career, like millionaire level career.
Yeah.
Because if you're touring, even if you're touring the Midwest, like seriously, if you're just touring the middle of the country consistently as a headliner, I bet you could probably clear 250 easy.
Really?
Just doing them. Yeah, I'm sure.
Fuck.
But
Time to pivot, man.
But there's probably some other, people that work just as much and make 35 or 60.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then Shane Gillis does one arena show and he's probably making 1.2 mil for that arena show.
Yeah, because of what, ticket sales and everything.
Or like you get someone
shit.
like
Dude,
I don't
impressively high on this list of independent
Yeah.
Like, that's actually impressive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Those, by the way, these are people I respect. These independent communities: Mark Norman, Shane Gillis, Andrew Schultz, Sam Talent, Tim Dillon, Ryan Long, Big J, Doug Stanhope. These are all Kyle Kinane. These are all people. Yeah, that's a great list, honestly. That's actually a pretty good job, ChatGPT. But yeah, the new model is, as proven by people like Tim Dillon and Shane, is like, you start doing stand-up, you get good enough at stand-up, probably like 7 to 10 years in, that you're headlining and you're still making no money, but then you find a way to generate income from the internet off of a subscriber basis of a podcast or otherwise. So that's how a lot of these people have like been able to kind of stay afloat until they blow up big, it seems like.
This could be the foundation of that. This podcast. You could become like a fucking multimillionaire.
Dude,
And I'll be like, yeah, I was on that
if
shit.
anything, I'd be just so grateful for the chance to like bring other people up or out of situations they don't like. Like when I watch Shane
Amen.
take all his friends with him to, you know, to tires and to finance all that. It's like, that's what you, why else are you in this path if not to, you know, be filling other people's cup too?
Amen.
Like the fuck,
what's up.
what the hell am I? I've said this back to the early days of the show, Gus. I used to joke, I know someday they're gonna come for me.
Yeah.
I don't know who they are, but they will come for me.
Someone
And
will
when
come.
they do, Gus, and they try to take everything I have, they will find out that I've given it all away to my friends and family and those I love.
I have
And
nothing.
I'll be like, Unless like that football player, did you hear they like his wife divorced him, but she found out during the divorce proceedings that all of his money was tied into his mom's name. So this footballer had put everything, the house, the car, everything in his mom's name. So his wife couldn't touch anything when she tried to gold dig. No,
Take notes.
It's like that, but and then I work this private equity job and I get to learn things about how do wealthy people structure organizations, family offices.
Yep.
Why do trusts get set up and where could they be beneficial? And
You're just
and things like
behind
that.
the scenes.
Well, I mean, it's kind of, I think I'm a gonzo capitalist. I want to know just enough about the capitalism to joke about how messed up the capitalism is, or, you know, I wanted to be able to show you how dirty the game is by getting my toes in the water just enough to feel the dirtiness. Oh, it's mucky water. Yes, it is.
You go, "Ooh, I like that dirt in between my toes."
I just think, I'm insatiable. And I'm trying to direct it in good directions instead of bad.
Amen.
So talking to people like you that have, bought into that for themselves, it's inspiring. Gets me excited.
Appreciate it. I mean, I really just feel grateful to be in a spot where I can do what I think will make me the least amount of a psychopath.
Yes.
So, it's really for me. It's not for anybody else. Just,
Other than like hating your job and being laid off and like that pushing you, was there a moment in your life or like something that kind of sparked a foundational shift, or were you always like, I need to do stuff for me?
Well, I mean, I will say too, like I've actually liked a lot of my jobs. I've just hated the structure of having a structured job. I think I did try to go on my own once or twice before that. And failed attempts, the plane crashed and we fucking walked back to the airport and try again.
You were that Indian guy that jumped off the plane from seat 11A?
Yeah.
Did you hear that story?
Yeah, I did. That was me.
Yeah, he jumped out of the plane. He walked back to the next plane.
Yeah, that's me, man. Long flight from India to here, but I don't know. I think.
So how did you continue to? I mean, I guess when one is on a diving board 30 meters in the air and timidly jumps off the edge and belly flops, how does one build up the courage to confidently take a jump off that diving board again?
I mean, I just don't. Recently, I just haven't had plan Bs in my life, which is a bold call. Sometimes really a regrettable approach to life. But yeah, like I didn't have an idea of what I would do if this art stuff didn't work out, because I just kind of wanted to jump in and go until it didn't make sense. So I think that has created side issues in my life. But
Like what?
I mean, just because sometimes shit doesn't work out and you're like, well, what the fuck do I do now?
Oh.
But also,
like something outside your control comes into play,
Yeah.
and now it's affecting your identity because you've put everything into this. Of
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
absolutely. Or, maybe I'm like on a smaller scale, I'm trying to get a single project and I'm going to do everything I can to get that project. And, there's no time in mind. It's just you have to do all the stuff you need to be doing in order to get it. So maybe you're working 70 hours a week, maybe you're working 80 hours a week, whatever. Like, and then if it doesn't happen or something changes, you're just like, well, what the fuck? I did all that stuff and what do I do now? So that has been the biggest like learning thing for me, because I'm still new into this whole art game, and sometimes that stuff can just destroy me.
Yeah. Totally.
And I'm sure everybody can relate to that to a degree of thinking, what do you do when you've got like when you're in a position like that where it feels like you've wasted a bunch of time, you've lost just all this energy that you put into something else, and now you have to suddenly pivot into restarting. So yeah, that I do not have the solution to that. That's
so
where I'm at.
Do you chase projects like that? Like, are there things in the ether you're like, man, I want to do this on this wall, or I want to work with this company, or I see this listing of an opportunity. Does that happen, or
all the time? All those things.
Okay.
Yeah, and
so deciding how to put how much of yourself into those is obviously very tough.
Yeah, it's hard, and I think like a relevant thing is, since we've been talking about it, I painted that mural for the Broncos, and that project was very, very uncertain until the day the contract was signed, which was like 3 or 4 months of time, because they said, we'll do the project if you can find the wall. But finding the wall was a really hard thing. I talked to like tons of businesses, and like 25 businesses said no.
Whoa.
And then there was a whole approval with the city and whatnot. And basically like the plug did get pulled a couple times, and somehow we were able to work through it. But if that project had not worked out, I had no plan for what I was going to do with the 4 months of time that I pushed everything else aside to like focus on this. So yeah, it's like that'll be a lot of lost, like not direct money, but I would have been putting my effort otherwise into things that would have made me money. So
opportunity cost. Let's have an economic sidebar here.
There we go.
We can all
Finally,
learn a little
someone smart in the room.
Economics here. Mickey would be proud if I hope he's still, somewhere out there in the great Midwest. But, it's not the explicit value. People always talk about the explicit, dollars and cents and whatnot. But it's really your time.
Amen.
The billionaires will tell you this. They're the richest. They say, that 23-year-old, he's richer than me because he's got time. Time's the most valuable. And that opportunity cost of, it's not I could have been making money on smaller jobs along the way. It's like, bro, I just gave heart and soul and everything I had for 4 months. Like, that's the cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of times it's worth it.
Yeah.
Or at least it feels worth it at the beginning, and that's when you make your decision. So, and in this case, it felt worth it at the end too, because it worked out. But yeah, I think that is one of the biggest challenges of like doing this type of work is, sometimes you get caught with your fucking pants at your ankles. You're like,
yeah,
all right, well, sorry guys, I guess we'll just move on from here.
Well, shit. Wow. Well, that's fantastic. How long you been doing the graphic design stuff? They kind of go hand in hand, right? Like you said,
more or less. Graphic design stuff it feels way different to me. Like it's more kind of problem solving type work.
Gotcha.
Versus like total creative stuff.
Yeah, because you have a puzzle of like what someone else's vision is, their brand statement, the elements they
Yep.
tell you they want, and you're like trying to coalesce all these pieces together.
Exactly. So I've done that stuff for a long time. I used to do like logos for friends, sports teams, or just, you know, in college would make bullshit logos for like our drinking party that we would have.
That's
you know,
sick.
like
Yeah. And you do it all in what, Illustrator, or what do you
yeah,
use?
Illustrator was or has been kind of the main route for that. There's been some other ones in the mix, but
And
yeah, it's been good. But
So
I don't know.
your style, could we touch on this maybe as an aside?
Yeah.
You talk about this Windows element. Can you talk a little bit for someone that hasn't seen your art? Maybe they can pull it up, or we can pop it up on the screen here now. But what's the inspiration, or like what led you to kind of finding your style as an artist?
I don't know, other than just continuing to make a lot of shit and evolve that way. But yeah, this Windows term is like,
Is that bad? Is this a silly thing for me to ask you about?
no, it's just like, it's a recent fucking thing I pulled out of my ass. I was like,
Hell yeah.
yeah, it seems like.
So
Seems like it fits.
reach back in there and tell me more about what does that really mean?
And what's in my ass?
Yeah. Show your ass to everybody.
No, I think I really like this idea of creating things that are
The dogs like it
two-dimensional.
too.
Yeah,
Sorry.
they can hear us. That are two-dimensional, but look like there's kind of three-dimension within it. And, you know, one way to create like three-dimensional work is make stuff look realistic, make like shading and whatnot. And for whatever reason, I've really gotten into this type of work where it's almost like stickers stamped to a wall or something, where you've got some dimension where things have a shadow and things are posting up, and like stacked papers and stuff. I don't know. I guess even hearing myself explain it, I don't have a good explanation.
Well, I'm putting you in such a tough spot to describe the theory behind your artistic
this
vision.
is the shit I should be able to speak on. I mean, like, I get asked it. I'm not good at explaining it.
Your natural understanding of perspective is phenomenal.
Well, appreciate that, man. But yeah, I think I've seen my work evolve a little bit, where a lot of inspiration, like kind of indirectly, has come from comics, where you have like a 2D piece of paper, but then it's almost like you can kind of jump into each different thing. You get a whole different like scene within each. And like that, you got that Jamal Murray one there, the Celtics one. Fuck the Celtics, but that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro, it makes me sick. I get it, but
yeah, I love the idea of kind of creating different
ball's in
scenes
his right
within
hand.
it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's Jaylen Brown. He can't dribble with his left hand.
But no, I've been kind of just experimenting a lot as I've been going on, and a lot of this graphic design stuff, because on the screen we've got all these designs that are created fully digitally.
GusRey.com/shop, folks.
Yeah.
Support him. Get something for your wall.
In case you need something for your wife.
Yeah, your
For your
Father Day is
boyfriend.
past. His birthday's coming up eventually. Just get something.
Yeah. But I've started to like step out of this graphic design heavy stuff a little bit, just because I don't love sitting at the computer all day. But,
you'd rather sit on a wall all day.
yeah.
On a forklift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Masked
Exactly.
up.
Working man.
Yeah. Working my hands.
But you know, like sometimes you just gotta do what makes you a little happier than other stuff.
Yeah,
So,
dude. You got to keep your cup full, however that happens.
So I've been leaning a little more into like painting and whatever other bullshit I can get into, but
More physical, like off of digital.
yeah, I
Just get
think
off
so.
the computer a little bit. Yeah, we need some.
Yeah,
of
I
those for
probably
sure.
got some. I can get you guys some stuff.
I mean, I love the posters for playoff conference games for the Nuggets. Those are awesome. Yeah, those are terrific.
Appreciate it. I should have run them this year. I didn't do any, but
It's okay. Next year.
next year we'll do
you're gonna have a
another.
nice long run to work towards.
We'll do a championship run. Yeah.
Well, that's sweet, dude. So
Appreciate
what about
it.
painting? What's new? Is that new to you, or is that an old thing that you picked back up? I don't see anything on the website about it, but
it's not necessarily new, but it's like something that I'm starting to get a little more comfortable with. I don't have to like be in that imposter syndrome as much as I used to be, because I'm just a little more confident in my skills now. So yeah, spray paint's fun as hell. I don't know if you've ever messed with spray paint. It's just kind of like a cool, it's like a game.
Yeah.
You gotta like work with speed to make things look the way you need them to, and I think that's like super fun. So my goal is just to be doing the shit I like to be doing, and every now and then I'm doing stuff that looks cool and I like the way it turns out, but I'm like, yeah, it wasn't actually that fun to do, so let's fucking change it up and do something else. But I feel like I've been learning a lot of stuff the hard way, where I'll, especially with like murals, I'll jump into it. Like that design that was in the mural, the Jokic one, I was like, yeah, let's put a grid in there because that'll be kind of tight. I made it on the poster and I like the grid, no real reason other than it just kind of looks cool in my eyes. And I painted it, and it was a fucking colossal pain in the ass
to do the grid.
Oh my God. Yeah, and I fucked it up. You probably wouldn't notice right away unless you really were looking closely, but like it's
because the perspective, and it's just difficult because you're doing a pattern over not a pattern, or what's
it's just the structure of doing it. Like you tape a lot, and I bet if it's on here, I bet it's like you could probably see the right below it. There's probably a video of it of me doing right there. Holy shit!
Oh my god!
So it was like taped the whole way, and then the tape kept peeling off, and it looked like shit. And I just didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Do you ever deal with people tagging your art partway through?
Not partway through. People have definitely tagged my art. This one got kind of torched last year. Like someone just fucking came by and like sprayed the whole thing. I mean,
what do you do? Can you get rid of when that happens, or?
I just went out and like spent a few hours and just repainted that section.
What a real one. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother me as much as you might think. It's kind of just part of how this shit is. Like there's just a tension.
It's like how people are going to get upset about jokes. No matter what the joke is, someone might get upset because it hits in a certain way, whatever.
Yeah, I think it's like that. I think that there's a tension between graffiti writers and muralists that I get. It's like there's a tension between someone doing shit because it's like an authentic form of expression, and other people are getting paid to do the same thing. And yeah, if I was a graffiti writer, I'd probably be a little annoyed that mural shit's like taking off and getting the attention it does. That being said, you don't need to fucking paint over my shit. Paint over someone else's shit. Just kidding. Yeah, for real. Yeah. But no, it's just kind of
financial advice.
That's not financial.
Yeah. Find a chase, not financial advice.
Yeah.
Oh man. Wow. Okay. So have you ever done have you ever met up with graffiti people?
Yeah, some of my good friends are graffiti writers.
Because I'd have to imagine they have some knowledge there's some knowledge to glean from that community too as a muralist.
Oh yeah. Well, what's really interesting, and I don't think a lot of people talk about it, is I think the graffiti community is seen way more negatively than it should be. It's like unique because a lot of graffiti writers are doing stuff to be seen by other graffiti writers. Like I think the general public sees stuff of like just all looks the same. But some of these guys are way more skilled than people that are making a shit ton of money painting murals.
Really?
Oh my god, yeah. Because you learn how to paint really fast. You're thinking about like cops coming by and busting your ass while you're out painting. So you get really fast, you get really crisp, and also people are using pretty cheap paint, which is also, at least in my opinion, harder to work with. So I just find it so interesting. Like some of the most talented people at painting are people that I are just not getting the recognition that they deserve. But also, it's just like that's part of how graffiti is. You choose that route, and I think that's fine. I think where I'm at, I kind of want to make some fucking money doing the shit I do. So, like, yeah, I'm going to lean a little bit more into this stuff because...
You got lights to keep on.
I got lights to keep on, yeah.
Some people want to get paid.
Yeah.
Some want to get beat up by a rail yard.
Yeah, so... No, I mean, nothing against anybody that's...
See what I mean, Chris? Like, couldn't you do, like, in the inside of Earthremer, like, their office, like, a massive mural on the inside? Yeah, wouldn't that be insane?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Get on that. Let's get it going right now.
I mean,
I'll set some meetings up.
Amen.
I'm tempted to drive up and talk to Scott.
Listen, Scott, I know it's a Saturday.
Scott, I know it's been a while since we've talked about who are you again? Hey, man, they still follow the Instagram. Thanks for the Sky follow, Bill. They got like that. Those are always the follows that I, for some reason, like I don't give a shit about numbers or not.
Yeah.
But if someone's got like 500,000 followers and they follow like a few hundred people, and I'm one of those 100, that feels kind of nice.
That's
I
sick.
don't give a fuck about, like 10 people watch my video. Who cares? It's not for you. That's fine. Whatever.
That's a win, man.
Yeah, it's like little things like that. I don't care. Watch, I'll check after this. I'll have unfollowed. Just because I'm being all stupid.
That was the first one I did.
That's the first one ever?
Yeah, it was so hard.
Well,
And
it doesn't look like it was an easy spot for you to work with to begin with, right? For your first thing?
Not particularly.
Also, like, layered like that, but that's, like, so hard to get to look right.
It's...
Like, isn't it?
I mean, it's way easier than you might think. I just didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But... yeah, I mean, if you were to look at that in comparison to stuff that I've done recently, like, this shit is bad. But, whatever. Figure it out.
Well, but you know what's cool is, like, you can look at that and be like, that's bad. And then you can look at the one you did in Mississippi and be like...
Well, yeah, I can't take Mississippi credit because that wasn't my design, but...
but to be a part of the project,
yeah.
like...
I mean, you're still the one that brought it to,
You're there with the dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't necessarily fuck it up, so... like, I can't say I made it... I take credit for making it look good, but I also will take credit for not fucking destroying it, so... Whatever.
That's so cool, man.
But, yeah, man, just kind of in a...
You're on the path, man. You're pushing the rock up the hill.
Yeah?
Yeah, Sisyphus style.
Sometimes I feel that way. Sometimes that rock is fucking crumbling me a little bit, but... Yeah, just it's a fun stretch, but a lot has been going on. I think, I don't know.
If you had to, like, I mean, it's kind of a weird one, but, like, is there any weird, like, mega goal? Is there, like, something in the back of your mind, like, I've been looking at this wall for 10, maybe it's a weird random wall that you always walk by that you're like, I know what could go there. And if I was the universal, if I was the head of every committee, I would just rubber stamp and that wall would be this. Is there one like that out there for you?
I'm like trying to figure that out. To be honest, the wall that I painted for the Broncos was that wall. Because I drive right by it all the time. I'm like, I would fucking love to paint that thing. My roommate actually brought it to my attention. Shout out to him. But yeah, I'm in a funky spot in my life where my goals, I think long-term goals are like just over the top crazy shit of like
the Hoover Dam.
Yeah, let's paint the fucking Hoover Dam.
I mean, shit, it's kind of boring. Pull up a picture of the Hoover Dam. How sick would a mural on the Hoover Dam be?
Yeah, dude,
Trump should commission you to do a 250-year America Hoover Dam mural.
Amen.
Right there.
I'm down.
He's a good muralist. It's a big piece of slab. It's the Hoover Dam, for God's sake.
Fucking huge. It'd be tight.
Huge. Wow. Big, beautiful eagles. I want them on each side. And a big American flag. That would be a sick project, would it not? I mean, that'd take you, what, like 3 years or some shit? Like a long time.
God, dude, that thing is huge. The perspective does not do it.
Can you pull up what's the square footage on the face? Just search square footage on the face of the Hoover Dam.
Yeah, it's got to be insane.
Because that's what you need to know, right? That would you be able to have a rough idea?
Yeah.
If you knew that.
How many gallons of paint?
Let's see.
It's going to give us the calculation. Just scroll down.
The upstream face covers 1 million square feet, roughly.
1 million.
Yeah, 900,000 to 1 million square feet.
Fucking shit.
So how long would that take?
Well,
what's the Bronco? What's
215 interlocking blocks, 60 by 60 feet upstream. So you could like do 60 by 60 foot murals, 215 of them.
Oh, that would be
Holy
interesting too. That would
shit.
be cool. You could do a mosaic project within a
60
if
by
you made
60.
a thing that became something, but was 215 individual things too. How cool would that be on the Hoover Dam? So it's 215
Wait.
scenes of American history that all come together to form a bigger picture of America.
Insane. I don't think 215
Is enough.
60 by 60. Oh shit.
I think that's enough, right? Because you can do
That's-
those picture stuff with like 150. They don't look great, but they look okay.
So 60 by 60 is a little bigger than the Broncos mural, like square footage wise.
Okay.
And that was like 300 cans of spray paint. So with
300 times 215,
yeah,
63,000 something.
yeah,
Yeah,
holy
60,000 cans of spray paint.
that'd be fucking insane.
But yeah, it would be possible, right, to make a larger design out of 215. That's enough elements, right? Yeah. That would be.
Oh yeah,
There's your.
215 pictures.
there we go.
There's
We
your
know it's
thinking
possible.
project there. Now you just have to design 215 individual Americana landscapes that come together to form
Yeah.
a larger picture of America.
Empty out the paint from every fucking paint store in the Western United
I mean,
States.
seriously, they'd have to come up. Ball Industries would open up a paint factory for this project.
God, that's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
a cool project idea.
There
That'd
we
be
go.
so
Well,
sick.
maybe that's the goal, man. Yeah.
I mean, that's.
Yeah, I've been in
That'd
a
be so
spot where
cool.
like my goals are so short term. Like I'll keep long term stuff, but it's mostly just like, you know,
Pie in the sky stuff.
yeah, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
getting paid. Like, yeah, in the future, let's get like a fucking $100,000 job. You know,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck.
Dude, like the practical use cases for 60,000 cans of spray paint, the entire surface area of the Hoover Dam.
No way.
It tells you right there. It knows.
No way.
Oh, Gus Rey's mural of Patrick Surtain II used around 300 square. Did you tell it that?
No, it's just collaborating the information I've been giving it.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's
Wait,
giving you-
is that right?
yeah, it is.
Wait, is that?
That's what I just said. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, but we didn't type it in there, did
It's
you?
like literally
Is
the
it
exact
listening?
sentence I said,
Yeah,
actually.
I literally just typed in 60,000 cans of spray paint, bro.
Well, that's fucked up.
Well, this ain't good. Well, this ain't good. Also, you know what's good though? Actually, they did a Stanford study this week that they published about AI and use case of like you use this to write versus you just
I saw that.
write and how it's like making people just dogs.
So fucking dumb.
Remember, Chris? I tried to train an early version of this model. I would feed it notes from episodes. So I would edit through an episode, take like loose hand notes,
Yeah.
and then feed it those. Feed it my written descriptions of like the descriptions of the episodes.
Yeah.
I was trying to get it to write copy for me, and I did it for like one or two, and then I started like just hard faced with the facts of like, wait, this goes completely counter to what I'm trying to do, which is carve out a voice and be a better writer.
Yeah.
If I'm just feeding, like trying to save an hour of time to turn around EPs quicker, it's like I'm robbing myself. So all these people that are using ChatGPT to write their college essays, they're just robbing themselves.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I would do the exact same fucking thing, though.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like, yeah, it is way easy to take the easy route. And I've taken it so many times in life, but it's like it's only robbing you down the path.
No, it's true. AI shit, it's scaring the fuck out of me. It's crazy shit.
Well, this is crazy.
The fact that it's saying
Yeah.
that thing about you is pretty wild.
Yeah, who told you my name?
Ask it to rank his projects. Can it do that? Or does it have a favorite project of Gus Rey's? It'll be close enough.
I just can't type it
You want a different keyboard? You need a clickety clacks.
This is fucking insane.
There's you. This is terrifying, dude. And it gives you links. I can links right there provided. Well,
there, dude.
What the fuck?
We do paper.
Sandwich made top 4. That's a great one.
That's awesome.
Collaborations
sick,
and
dude.
festival work.
Why does
Jesus.
this matter? Oh, this is why. This is how it evaluated you.
Holy shit.
On scale and visibility, portrait skill, artistic growth, personal meaning, cultural impact.
Man.
Oh, we ask it what the Windows thing means.
No, just have it describe my shit.
Describe his windows. Describe Gus Rey's window.
Say describe my art.
Yeah,
See what it
describe.
says. Be like, it's this shitty ass, fucking half-ass artwork.
Oh, here, let me. Gus Rey's art is a vibrant collision
Why
of
haven't I
urban
fucking-
grit, emotional symbolism, and layered storytelling, delivered through a mix of realism, street art, and design. Based in Denver, Rey, short for Gus Reynolds, is best known for his large-scale murals, but his style translates across mediums, from digital design to print.
Fuck.
The windowed visual layers. One of Gus Rey's trademarks is his use of floating panels or frames within the image, like graphic cutouts or thought bubbles that offer multiple perspectives or thematic contrasts inside a single mural. This gives his work a comic panel meets Renaissance sketchbook feel. There you
What
go.
the
Take that.
fuck?
Take that. Have that.
ChatGPT is like recognizing your stuff as photorealistic portraits with styles and like stylized abstraction. That's crazy. That's sick.
What the fuck is going on?
So like so here's what I like about this. No, we should not give away our humanity to this AI. No, we should not say this is better or better than us or smarter than us.
They already got it, dude.
No.
They probably
Incorrect.
know where I fucking live.
What you have to do is say, oh, this is great scaffolding. Like, I'm the dude, but like, oh, I like these 3 words and the way it put this. I can take that scaffolding that it gave me and like kind of use it to my larger.
No, I actually think you're right. I think that is like how you don't get killed by AI is you like have to use it to your advantage, but still like use it so that you can still be a human creating stuff and not fully rely on it.
Which is tough, which is what the phones were. And now you see so many people that have do most people use their phone as a tool, or is it become an extension of them?
Oh yeah.
Or are they tied to it? Or are they bound to it, So that's
it's weird. I feel like at least when iPhones came out, I was young enough where I wasn't thinking too much about it, but the AI shit is the feeling of like, oh, this is going to be a part of everybody's life. Like we're seeing it at the beginning, but I don't know. Kind of freaks me out. Some people get freaked out with like their art stuff if they're gonna lose all their jobs, and some people should be. I probably should be, but
no.
I mean, you can't replace painting just yet, so.
I like how it's got a quote from you. Go up there. Do you see that? It's got a quote from Gus. Gus served as mural assistant under the lead artist Graham Caraway, contributing to what he called, quote, the most complex and largest project I've ever worked on.
When the fuck did I even say that? That's crazy.
On LinkedIn. It's on your LinkedIn, apparently.
Oh my fucking god. What?
So wild, man. It was telling me, if I understand this right, is it telling me what specific paint brand?
Oh my god. Yes.
That's crazy.
That's pretty cool. Well, it's going to be crazy is these wings, Gus. As much mind-blowing stuff as AI has to offer,
I forgot about the wings.
If you want to check out the eating, we'll be over on patreon.com/intolerable, and we'll try to record a little munching segment for you folks. We'll be right back with more After Hours show to wrap up. We're back. We're live. It's the After Hours show. Our bellies are full. It's time for a wing review, Gus.
Oh my god. Where do I begin?
Wherever you like.
Well, I would like to begin with the beautiful rub you put on top of these wings. So, like, crispy, and I thought you sauced that thing, But you just did that rub to such a science. Damn, dude.
The Heisenberg of rubs.
And then we had some sauce on the side. I mean, obviously, hey, we're not here for the corporate sauces, but like nothing wrong with a little sauce.
If someone's famous, you're going to bring them to the party.
Yeah. Mr. Dave.
Dave.
Yeah. You want to hang out with us? Sure, you can hang out with us. Yeah.
You got money, right?
But nah. Damn, they were good.
They were good. What do you get? You want to you put on whatever scale you like.
Give them a 10.
10. Okay. Wow.
That's an honest
10 out of
Is that an
100.
honest 10? Wow. Okay.
yeah.
Sometimes we get those, people that are trying to, glaze, as the kids say.
Yeah.
I don't need to be glazed.
Yeah,
Give me
there's
the
a lot of
honest review.
assholes out there.
Yeah. If you want to give me some, some room for improvement too, I'm happy to take notes.
I got nothing.
Okay, perfect. That's right. It's an honest 10, Chris.
What do you want me to?
No.
What do you want?
No, you're doing it. I want you to be you. You're doing
You
a
want
great
me
job.
to tell
of it.
you they're shitty?
You're doing a great job of it. I mean, if you got anyone that's interesting that you think I would vibe with or would be interested to learn from or talk to, and they like chicken wings, just drop them a line then.
Yeah, I got some
Spread
people.
the good word.
I know a lot of people that fuck with chicken wings, but most are not interested.
That's the problem. You got to find this interesting intersection of people.
Yeah.
Loves chicken wings is interesting.
Yeah. Those are the unicorns. Yeah.
Goldilocks zone we're looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, you're talking about the Rockies having a problem.
Rocky's got a problem.
Oh yeah, and if you want to hear the eating, again, sorry to be bad about this promotions thing, but we're only running ad-free on supporters like you. Any money that you give to our show goes back to feed lovely guests like Gus. So
Yeah.
those wings are provided by you, our supporters. Patreon.com/intolerable.
I'm a better person because of it too. Like I might go on to do like some real like world peace type shit, and
These are 501c3 wings.
big time.
Giving back to the community.
Tax deductible. Yeah, we'll send you the receipt in the mail. Yeah, so really, those wings go far beyond just a single meal.
You're too kind. That would be a great quote for the wings though. Those wings go far beyond just a single meal.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Rockies, the stadium's too fun. Doesn't matter how bad the ball team is, people are gonna come and hang out.
Dude, it's actually crazy. Like they're never gonna have incentives to improve that team.
They're just gonna keep, and they're not gonna sell it, right?
Yeah.
Because it just keeps getting more valuable if you hold on to it.
Yeah. I mean, they're getting like 20,000 people at a game. 20,000 people. That's so many
What's
people.
the record? Can you look it up right now?
Record for
The Rockies. They've won like
it's like 14 and fucking 60 or
Oh
something.
my gosh, dude.
Yeah,
it's
they're horrendous.
embarrassing. We're up there with 1800s teams.
Yeah, it's actually awesome. But where I stand on this is I want us to be the worst ever.
Totally agree with this take.
Yeah, like if we're going to be bad, we might as well be the worst.
Be the best at being bad.
Yeah.
There's no one's ever been this bad.
And they've had they've been winning like the last 4 games or something. It's like, fuck you. No one gives a shit. Stop fucking winning. All this like home run record bullshit. Fuck you. Just keep losing.
Yes.
I don't want
I don't
want this shit.
I want the commissioner to have to like send a formal letter to Manfred and be like, you gotta do something about this. Like, this isn't working, man.
They're like, we don't have a plan in place to demote an entire team. Our league's not set up for that, but we're gonna have to do that.
We're switching to the European football system because of you, Colorado Rockies.
Yeah. We're gonna turn your stadium into apartments or just a giant parking lot.
Gosh.
like the walls of the stadium are still the same, but the center is just a parking lot.
Is it Ford Field or there's some stadium that is no longer, maybe it's overseas, but I've seen pictures of it online, where like people have apartments in like the outfield of a baseball stadium that no longer operates. I think that's pretty cool.
That is cool. Yeah, that'll be like that. And
dystopian.
Yeah, give us a couple more years. You talking to your kids, you're like, yeah, they were the worst team ever.
Where do you live? Yeah, we live in that old ballpark that used to be an MLB franchise. Oh, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, the Rockies are... I think everybody's upset about them, but they're performing exactly at the level I want them to perform at.
Yeah.
So I'm cool with it. I say change nothing.
Change nothing. I mean, yeah. I don't know what you can productively change other than to sell the team. And that's not going to happen.
Sure you, like, fucking get owners that put money into things and then there are benefits from that, but
even then...
That's boring.
Yeah.
Dude, their last historic milestone as far as, like, fans coming to games and numbers is like 30 years ago.
Like the records.
Yeah. Like they're 30 years
Well, they used to play at the.
Mile High. That's
Mile High
why, because they're
They have
playing in a football stadium.
They have the record for the highest attended game. I'm pretty sure.
Coors Field's record's still 51,000.
No.
So they're right there. Oh, that's Wikipedia. Whoa. Sorry.
51.
That can't be right.
Nah, dude, that must have been Mile High Stadium.
Yeah, look up. Go to a new tab. Look up capacity of Coors.
I bet it's like 20 or 30,000.
Yeah, it's like 25,000 or something.
55,000 is a fuckload.
What?
Oh shit, dude! Who knew?
We stand correct. 50,398.
What? 5,000 standing? That's crazy.
Okay.
Holy shit!
Wow, I didn't realize that. See,
Isn't
why not
insane?
make it? I don't know. I feel like you could have put in a little more work and make it 5,280. 5,000, 52,000.
Well, then they're also saying there were
800.
5,000 extra people that were at some game.
Yeah. Oversold the tickets, I suppose.
Damn, I was way wrong on that. I would have totally been wrong.
That is a ton of people. I mean,
Yeah, so half the stadium, you're saying basically half the stadium's full every game.
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's what they've been reporting.
Yeah, and then you get like
A big team comes in like the Dodgers and the whole thing's
it's
full.
probably sold out. Yeah. Or, well, maybe we don't go to that stretch. They don't ever sell out. But
everyone's excited and happy.
yeah, that's insane. Damn. Well,
So you think the Nuggets have a chance? Do you think they're going to rebuild? What's your
chance to win?
I make you the GM magically.
Oh shit! I mean, I would not be great as the GM, but
You're fired.
I think
We're going to find someone that can do the job, Gus.
from my
the organization's lost confidence in you in the last 10 seconds of you having the job.
from my people that I keep close to me, it sounds like this year was let's see what we could do, and if big shit doesn't happen, then big changes are gonna happen. So obviously we lost the fucking coach, but yeah, I don't know. I think there's gonna be some bullshit going down.
Speaking of some bullshit going down,
fucking Tom the neighbor.
Tom over here, Moe, Tomas, more like Tomas. Thanks, Chris.
Who cleans their fucking yard?
Yeah, I'm sure they probably do.
Who fucking mows their lawn?
Where can people support you?
Me,
Check you
dude.
out. I mean,
Shoot.
like if someone was out there listening to this and they're like, man, I really like that print that Sean has there. Is there more like it? Can I get one of these for myself?
And you know what I would say to that? Yes. Yes. And I've got a website.
Yes, you can.
My website is gusrey.com. And that's GUSREY.com /
No, is forward slash, I mean, do they utilize? Oh, no, it is forward slash. Okay.
Yeah, there's probably some slashes.
There's no backslashes, are there?
But, yeah, I'm on Instagram, you know, at _ Gus Rey. Try to feed that bullshit ass algorithm with what I can, like, you know, just toss the shit in there.
Yeah, I'm trying to be better about making clip. I don't like, you know, I do a long form, real raw show because I do it for the reasons I do it, and I don't want to be clipping it up into some fake crap. But
that's the way
you
you
have
should
to
do it.
feed this fake crap to grow or whatever. So
yeah, you got to eat the shit to eat the good stuff. But nah, I mean, you know, if you want to find me, you should just fucking find me.
Just find him. He's
find
out there.
me in the flesh.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Yeah, for real. ChatGPT knows a concerning amount of shit about me. And apparently, like, everything about my work and all the other shit. So, probably all my insecurities as well.
Thanks, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Before I get you out of here, since we're up against this lawn mowing, and I apologize, we'll have to have you back in the future. Maybe a few more walls you get down.
Yeah,
and
let's
come back.
scratch this whole episode.
This has been great, bro. Thanks for coming. It really means the world to me that you be in my silly little garage talking to me about, you know, this incredible stuff you're working on.
You fucking gave me free liquids and free food.
Dude,
That's
easy to do.
That's all
Be
I
happy
could
to
ever
do.
need in life.
It's amazing how far you can get with free liquids and free food.
For real.
Have you heard of this country called England before?
That's the one that's like it ends with Stan, right? One of the Stan.
Yeah, it's a part of it's an old stan.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know exactly where it is, but I know the cluster. Yeah.
I think we still got Big Mike hanging around here.
Oh, those are niggas with the peas and mash.
I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah. Them Big Mike.
Yeah.
They do this thing over there called knighting.
Okay.
You know, and then you gotta call people sir. Here at Top Shelf Studios, after a long form conversation, I'm doing the hiding.
Okay. What do we got?
Because all people all my life, Gus, they've been like, "Hey, how's the weather up there? Do you play basketball? Can I get a couple inches?" And all this shit.
You're like, smell
Because
my
of
farts,
this
dickhead.
unfortunate, I've come to learn now. I've got this prefrontal lobe, or so I'm told. I'm like waking up every day. I'm like, I'm just in a meat suit in this vehicle. I'm just driving this thing every day, and everyone out there is just driving their vehicle.
Me too.
And
My meat suit's just smaller, man.
When I look out in the world, we're all just judging each other on our meat suits almost more than anything else.
Yeah.
It's like getting upset at each other over the color of our meat suits, the size of our meat suits, a bunch of shit about meat suits.
Amen.
It's just silly to me. So after a long form conversation, I am pleased to give you a heart height. How tall do you stand physically, Gus?
What do you mean physically? Is there another option to?
Well, I'm gonna give you your spiritual height after.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I actually think legally I'm 5'11" and 3/4, which is so fucking annoying. But yeah, I'm short of 6 foot by 1/4 of an inch.
Wow, that brutal level of honesty only pays back in the riches of spiritual height. Gus Reynolds, I heart height thee. 7 foot.
Holy
Ladies and gentlemen,
Dude,
a new
7
member of the
feet.
7 Footer Club. There hasn't been one in a while, but
feels
this
so
man is
good.
very deserving of it. Clearly, your heart is very spiritually full, open. You're not out there trying to rob and steal of the world. You're here trying to make a positive difference in this limited, beautiful life we have.
Just a guy doing cool stuff and uncomfortable on commercial airlines. Yeah, it's just the life of a 7-footer, man.
Fitting in where you can, which isn't everywhere. But these big walls is a great place for a 7-footer.
Yeah,
Can reach
man.
those hard to reach.
Appreciate it, man. 7 feet. So who's that put me up with? Like Jokic.
Yeah, in the post you can hard up. In the post,
Yep. And damn. Yeah. Well, what an honor. I will say
You can booty bump with the biggest ventricles around.
it would be a fucking disaster to be 7 feet tall.
It's
But
a
it is an
disaster
honor.
to be
I'll take
6'8", 6'9", so I can't even imagine. There's some
Is that
guy-
how tall you are?
Yeah, there's some dude that walked in last night that was legit 7-footer, and we're told not to burn any seats because it's completely sold out. I took a 5 top and made it a 4 top in the 3rd row and told my manager, I'm like, this guy's legit 7 feet tall. Like, we're doing this. he won't fit anywhere else. So,
Damn. I've always thought too, and now I have to think about it even more because you're fucking NBA.
because I
height.
don't carry myself like that. I carry myself like a small, feeble little shrimp.
Yeah, like
I've been told by a lot
like
of people,
5'4".
if you just carry, I carry myself like I'm 5'4". If I just carried myself, like I wouldn't have all these bad problems. I'd be like, I've carried, fuck, the whole thing, dude.
But imagine if you were actually 7 feet tall and you were not a professional athlete. Like the difference of your life between being like a fucking
I've got a joke about
royal
this.
treatment 7 foot person.
It's kind of crude,
What do we got?
but no one will make it this far in. But me and black kids in the hood have a lot more in common than you'd think.
Yeah.
Because like if I don't make it to the league, life gets a lot harder.
Yeah, man. No, it's the truth.
Open a custom door place and I'll buy from you. I need bigger.
Yeah, when I was growing up too, I was like, yeah, what do I do if I don't? My thing was soccer. I was never the tall. Actually, swimming was really my thing. But like as a real kid, soccer was my love. And I was like, I got no plan if I don't go pro into the fucking Major League Soccer. make $30,000 a year as an athlete.
And WNBA wages.
They're bad. The girls, they're getting.
No, the WNBA, they're great. It's just that they
We love the WNBA.
yeah, it's like the WNBA is in their Wayne Gretzky era, and they have their Wayne Gretzky, and the rest of the players need to recognize that this is their ticket to getting a bag.
Yeah.
And it's nobody touches this bat. Like, that's how it used to be in the NHL. Like, people would fuck other people up. No one would take unnecessary swipes at Gretzky ever. And if they did, they would be beat to shit by everyone else on the ice, their own teammates included, because everyone in the league knew that they were getting checks because of this guy's greatness.
Yeah, it's so
and
true.
that's what's happening in the WNBA with Caitlin Clark.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Everyone else is like, well, they're not doing the same thing, but it's what should be happening. Like, Caitlin Clark is the entire league's meal ticket.
But she's never had a problem in the WNBA right now, would you say?
Oh, yes, she is. Absolutely. Yeah,
well,
totally.
She didn't get like...
Yeah, okay, Aja Wilson, whatever. Do people know? If you walk out on the street and you ask people about Aja Wilson, do they know who that is? Do they know what she's done? Do they know her stats?
Not the average household.
Again, it's about selling the league. Caitlin Clark is selling the league to the common viewer that wouldn't be. See? Look at that. Aja Wilson, I know my shit.
Everyone's like, yeah, we keep getting all these fucking free shoes now that Caitlin Clark's in the league. Yeah.
But like, seriously, like, so this could be a potential to bigger contracts for every single person in the league. Maybe don't push her down and tear her ACL.
Yeah.
Like, just a pro tip. I don't know. Just my 2 cents to end the episode.
Did you want to be a pro athlete?
No.
Never.
Mm-mm. I was never like incredibly athletic.
Yeah.
I mean, I always played sports and I was always okay, but like I never like awesome.
Yeah.
And then I recognized pretty early in high school, I was like, my brain's going to take me way further than my body is going to. And if I don't recalibrate
my thoughts were.
Yeah. So I was like, well, shit, I'm going to play Ultimate Frisbee and get a lot of fun out of playing high school Ultimate Frisbee. And then, yeah, from that point on, it was like, I'm done.
Fuck yeah.
I tried to go to they tried to recruit me to do D3 swimming.
Did they?
I did one practice. Yeah,
that's what I
swimming
fucking
coach. Did. Yeah, and they got to one practice, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm not built for this. I'm fat as shit."
Me too. But then I kept going back like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I could have done that, but
yeah,
I didn't have it in me. Didn't have the drive. Didn't have the dog like you do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Started a college radio show. I was working my way towards Intolerable.
That's fucking tight. Damn.
While doing the triple major double minor. So it's kind of like now where I was doing too much shit and then also trying to like fill the cup with little creative shit that no one gave a fuck about. But you know, that's fine.
Damn.
Got to keep the cup full.
So what do you do after this? You sign off and just count some shit?
Let's just count the money. We just close it down. We just close it down here and then we count the money, Gus.
It's cash only.
Thank you folks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, bonus content on patreon.com/intolerable. Fuck off and be well.